Welcome back to the Kai Beam Podcast. Yeah, episode 16. I just wanted to do that for the one time because, god damn, yeah, you already know what it is. All right, so
you say 16, you must be on that code because it's 17.
17. Yeah, I bet 17. Yeah. You already know what the fuck it is. Fucking, you know what it is. Kai Beam Podcast here with Mr. Illusive, Gamdo, and myself, Kai Beam. It's. I just want to quickly say it's interesting that we've gone weekly now, and usually when we do these podcasts, we start off. I'm always like, oh, there's quite a bit of topics. Honestly, we can go on tangents a lot more frequently because there's not so much, and we're. As we said before, these topics that we're talking about are rather fresh, which I do like that because, it doesn't feel as old when we're talking about it, right? So it's a good thing. But, I guess we'll just start off the way it starts on here. So apparently there's going to be, or hints toward a Apex Legends TV show. So that's cool.
Did they say if it was going to be live action or if it was going to be animation? Because I
do not
really hope that it's actually animation.
I would hope it's animated too because
I hope it's animated.
Yeah, I don't think I want to see a emo Wraith live action.
I mean, it could be good, but it's just like imagine the special effects you'd have to
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much money.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're just gonna have some characters where if they're wearing that outfit that they're wearing in games, it's just gonna be looking like they're cosplaying it because there's just some things that doesn't work in live action compared to animation,
Yeah, and then you already have the character models already there. I'm pretty sure they could just rig them and stuff like that. So I'm for it. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the lore Kai Beam does because I'm not aware of the comics at all. So that'd be really interesting to watch.
Yeah. I usually relay this shit because I don't know. That's one of the main reasons I like Apex. Because we talked about this before. Compared to other battle royales, say the Call of Duty Warzone one or PUBG or whatever. Those just feel like generic shit. I'm not saying they're bad. Maybe the mechanics are fine, gameplay wise, but it's just the world's there, you're doing the same thing over and over. I'm not saying you're not doing that in Apex, but it just feels like in Apex, the world is more alive. Things happen, there's interaction with characters, something happens in a story, shit changes, voice lines change, things like that. It just keeps it interesting, On top of that, the characters are interesting themselves, and you have all these different abilities and whatnot. So that's my main reason for really playing Apex for so long. Even though, we usually get our heads split open, but hey.
We've gotten better though.
We have gotten better.
I've not gotten better.
Oh, that's because you're hardly. We asked this man to join the Apex party so many times, and
this nigga will be playing Destiny.
Yeah, playing Destiny on a sleek ass PS5. This lucky motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I finally got a PS5, guys. Suck it.
Yeah, this nigga right here. He just one day. We're going off in a tangent here, but it's fine. One day, this nigga just messages us oh yeah, by the way, I'm about to buy a PS5, and we were just okay, coming from the same nigga that was yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be an early adopter, man. I'll just wait it out. Well, but you did have an opportunity, so I can't fault you.
Right. I mean, it's not like I was going out of my way to get a PS5. I was just sitting at lunchtime at work. And I got an email notification from Sony talking about, hey, PS5 is going to be going on sale tomorrow. We have you in a queue. If you want to purchase it, make sure you log in at this time, and you're going to be in line for the order. I'm like, okay. I didn't really think much about it, and they put out a notification, in the disclaimer, if you share the link, they're just going to take you out of the queue anyway because, it's kind of linked to your PSN. So after I purchased mine, I did share the link with you guys, but by that time, that shit was already out of stock anyway, and gone there. You said you didn't want to get the disc version anyway, so you only want a digital version. So
they only have the options for those who got the email apparently, because it's on some Hunger Games shit.
I mean, you can't blame them.
I can't blame it, but it's just like I really wish that they had both. They have both versions because it's like, to me again, I don't see a purpose of getting a disc, and like every time I got a disc for the PlayStation 4, it was really pointless having to download, thinking that okay, if I actually have a disc, I won't have to do that shit. But nope. Still got to do it.
None of the games are even on a disc anymore. I don't even understand the entire freaking point of trying to sell you a physical copy and none of the game can be played on a disc. And what's stupid is like some of the games, like you would download it on a disc and you can't really even play it offline, which is it makes zero sense to me that you have something with a physical copy, but if you don't have an internet connection, you cannot even fucking play the game. Yeah. What kind of sense does that make?
We were dealing with that same thing with Outriders too. Just fucking when that came out.
R.I.P. to that game, guys. Yeah. Gosh, guys, you guys had to stick through that whole thing, and I just listened to you just
buyer's remorse with that one yet again. This is like once me and Izzy finished the story, I just checked out. I was like,
I mean, it was fun for what it was, but like always, developers and publishers always like release a game as one thing, then they try to make it into something else completely, and shit just goes downhill from there.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's shout out to Izzy. Yeah, it's got that slick look on that little logo right there. Meanwhile,
I gotta say,
flat ass little air jet.
That shit is fucking huge. I couldn't believe how. Yeah, it's a friggin' big box. Like, yeah, it's just big, man.
That's why if I get one, I'm definitely like hanging that shit up on a wall. Like I already planned it. I was like, hey, this is where it's gonna be at, because originally I thought I was gonna get it when it was like first coming out and you had to do the Q thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have that shit sticking right there. It's gonna blend in, but nah, it's gonna be a while. I think we already said that it's gonna be until like maybe 2022 before it starts to become normal to get a PlayStation 5. So yeah, good luck with that. There's a lot of games that we get though.
Readily available in store, and yeah.
And you don't have fucking niggas poaching the shit.
Exactly,
left
but
right.
Yeah. Speaking of niggas poaching, Walmart got blasted for an email they sent to customers. Now, I'm not sure if this is real or not because it's been just all over the news. Walmart said that this is fake. Some people said this is real. I feel like it can go either way. Personally, I don't really care because I don't physically go to Walmart. I hate that place. Yeah, man, how do you feel like being called a porch monkey on an email?
Wait, what?
Yeah, no,
they sent that to to their employees or to their customers?
To customers, like customers. But the thing is, just like, how would you send like an email like that?
You would have to have gone out of your way
to do that, though.
Yeah, just like, hey, how you doing, nigger? Like what? Like
exactly.
Like what? You would have to like have someone behind that actually like literally typing that out, if that was the case.
So you want to tell me that security is that poor that they could just have somebody get access to that company email address and start sending out emails to random customers?
My thing is that I think it's like a fake email. I don't think it's actually linked or tied to Walmart themselves. I just think someone made a fake account and just sent it to a bunch of people because there's no way. There's no way. Walmart, along with like every other grocery supermarket, has like pre-sent out emails that are linked to like discounts and stuff. But nope, right. This one just called you a nigga on email. So that was it. Hello and goodbye, they said. So,
oh man,
I don't know. That shit is.
That's just gonna be a bunch of annoyed customers, and I don't like if you already shop at Walmart. I don't care what the hell they call you. You still gonna be shopping at Walmart. So,
I buy things every now and then. I don't physically go there. I just like get shit like through the app.
At least that's my opinion. Anybody who shop at Walmart, if they're shopping at Walmart, they're always gonna be shopping at Walmart. I don't care what the hell.
I honestly, Walmart before it became a supercenter. Like that's when I actually liked to go to Walmart because
honestly,
it was small.
If I just logged into like Amazon per se, right, and it just said, "Hey, nigger," I'd still buy shit. Like, fuck it. Just like
it's just
that's just me. I'm just saying.
Dude doesn't pay his taxes. Dude doesn't pay his taxes. Literally got divorced and made the money up. Had a re-up in his buku dollars. Like, yeah, I'm still buying. I talk about how much I don't like multimillionaires like that. But hey, I'm saying that right now as I'm like looking for shit on Amazon as we speak.
Yeah,
like,
I'm looking on Amazon right now.
I just bought shit from Amazon today. So
I just bought an HDMI, a 8K HDMI from Amazon for my PS5.
Talk about Diamond Cake Part 2.
Amazon.
I mean, it was $6 because I put a coupon on. It was $30, but I put a.
Damn! What kind of coupon you got?
I could send you the link.
Yeah, I need that. Run that.
Oh, there's so many potential titles. I'm really loving Run That, honestly, for the episode. But yeah, I see some other topics here. So what's this with McDonald's trying to gain employment through free iPhones?
Man. So like now, and this is kind of getting to like politics and stuff like this, but I feel like it's pretty funny. A lot of companies don't really like to pay like $15. They don't want to do like the $15 minimum wage.
Yeah, above the minimum. Yep.
Even though I know they can do it, and the fact that ever since like COVID was really like starting to hit us, people were doing unemployment rather than working because it literally paid $15 an hour.
Right.
But these companies don't want to do that, so like no one wants to work at these companies no more, like fast food. So what you're doing or what McDonald's is doing is saying, hey, instead of increasing minimum wage, here's an iPhone. Man, I don't want no goddamn iPhone.
Okay, I'm gonna be paying bills for that shit.
It's from Mickey D's, man. It's gonna have a special McDonald's sign on it.
Dude, I'm still gonna be paying bills for that shit, dude. I don't want that crap. And you know what Applebee's is doing? They're giving you free appetizer.
Yeah.
As an incentive. What the freaking stupid shit is that?
Yeah, it's
cheap ass motherfuckers, bro.
They're really trying to not pay a living wage to these people, which is the reason why I said like I will never work. You'll never hear me say, "Hey, I just got done working before I got on this podcast. I work at McDonald's." You will never fucking hear me say that because I already got an iPhone. What do I need another one for? Right. Like, and on top of that, if I get fired, will I have to return that? Like, I know I'm gonna have to sign some like documents and stuff during the hiring process. So like,
you gotta be working for them for probably fucking 2 or 3 years or shit. So pretty much you just signed in a phone contract with them to get hired.
Oh fuck no, man!
I'm just saying. I don't know the stipulation of it, but
I'm just imagining what the stipulations would be like. Hey, you got to work here for 90 days. If not, cough up that money because you signed up. You signed up to work here, and it's gonna be free for unless you get fired. Then you have to pay us $1,500. Man, that's worse than when GameStop decided to have credit cards, and that had like fucking 30% interest.
30% interest.
That's criminal.
Yo, if anyone who doesn't know anything about credit cards and stuff like that, if you want to get the lowest APR interest as you can, like typically like the worst ones are like 27% interest, but fucking 30, like that's pretty much like saying if you pay like $30, and I'm gonna fuck up on the math here, you fuck up on that payment,
you're screwed.
And you pay it, you're still gonna have to pay like at least like $34 more.
No, you're pretty much just gonna be in a perpetual debt if you just miss one payment, dude. Because now you're just like behind every fucking time now, and it's just gonna be like getting worse the more payment you miss. Because I know people who have that kind of credit card. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It's bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like on some like personal shit. Like I got a credit card, and I really regret getting it because of the fact I have to pay an annual fee. I don't know why I have to pay an annual fee when I already got to pay you guys back for letting me borrow money from you. But hey, that as soon as that contract is up, I'm burning that
adios.
Shit. Yeah, adios. That thing. I'll never get that credit card from that company ever again. Fucking asinine.
Oh yeah, I sent you the link by the way. It's in it on Skype.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, Gosh, where do we want to go here from here? We talked about last week how we kind of fell out of anime. We didn't really go into like the in-depth reasons why. For me, and maybe Izzy, because we had a conversation about this, but reason why I can't stand certain animes is because when you have a male protagonist, for some strange reason, he just has to have like this phobia of women, despite the fact that they're all pretty much just like either succubuses or just like lusting after this guy. He's just like, I can't do it. I can't. Oh. Like, it's the most frustrating thing because of the fact that it's just like I don't know. Like, I don't. Maybe it's because of the fact that it's like the feminization of men for some reason. It's just like this main character for some reason has to be very strong, but when it comes to like conversations or interactions with the opposite sex, he's like the most unconfident, beta,
timid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird to me too. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
There's this anime that I was watching. I forgot to bring up was a Kame Got Killed. Literally every single I think it's more women than like men in this team because
there are.
Yeah.
And every single character freaking die.
Horrifically. But during the first couple episodes, all these characters, most of the female characters are almost lusting after the main one. And he's just like, oh, I can't. What are you doing?
He's allergic to females or something.
Yes. And I honestly don't want to watch that. Like, no. Okay, here's the most ridiculous part about that too. So many, even the fucking villain was lusting after him.
What?
Can you imagine?
That man got captured and tortured a few times by her anyway. I don't know. It's just it was just weird.
Yeah, no, she almost she was this ice cold bitch. That's literally her powers, and
that's a Killer Frost.
Yeah, that, pretty much. But this dude warmed her heart up because she's just like, I don't know what these feelings are, but hey, I'm gonna love you. You're gonna be mine forever. Oh, you're in Night Raid. Well, join me and forget everyone else, and we can be happily ever after together. Shit is strange. I would never. I can never watch a show like that. I'm really just a fan of normalcy amongst characters like that. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. Shit is stupid.
No, it's fucking stupid. I just can't understand that because and it doesn't help at the end of the series. The matchup you actually think that's gonna happen, it never really happens. It's just a disappointment because the main character never really gains the confidence to ever fucking approach and talk to the female properly anyway to convey his feelings either.
That's the reason why I don't like shippings in specifically anime, because of the fact that sometimes they never go how you expect them to.
That's true.
I think also what it also needs to boil down to is where out of the author of whoever is writing these stories aren't comfortable with those kind of shit. They need to hire people who are comfortable with relationship dynamics. So
that is
inputs into it because sometimes you just have male authors who really can't fucking write romance with shit, and you have female authors who just also can't fucking write romance with shit. So they need to hire somebody, assistant who's actually pretty good at that shit to throw inputs in there to
Yeah, I almost feel like it's more prevalent in men because Kishimoto, dude didn't even get a chance to have his honeymoon until after it was finished. But strangely, despite the fact that he was dating this person and married her, still couldn't write a single realistic couple at all. Probably the most realistic one was Shikamaru and Tamari because they had the most
chemistry. Yeah, you knew where that was going. They were hanging since part 1, so you're like,
oh, and what's funny,
Shikamaru
and Tamari is pretty much his dad and his mom.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Copy anyway, because she was pretty much as ballsy as his mom was, so I guess that just kind of attracted him to her or whatever. I don't know. That's funny.
No, that's true. I mean,
it was funny, that whole interaction between them when Shikamaru was like, okay, I have to marry this chick now. Because like before she was like, nigga, don't you love me? And he's just like, okay, yeah, I do. I was like, nigga, yeah, no, he really did. This is like Shikamaru. Come on, bro. You niggas have been hanging out for forever, bro. She's in love with you, dog. Come on. Like, don't even play no more. I mean, you are right though, because that just made me go down a rabbit hole of just like Naruto, where relationships, like prime example, you have fucking Sakura and Sasuke. That whole thing was toxic as fuck.
Like,
she literally
he was verbally abusing her over and over again.
Multiple times. He nearly killed her multiple times, and she still ends up with this nigga. It's like, okay. I mean, it's like, all right. Okay.
I remember reading the points where, like, Kishimoto wanted to end Naruto at certain points of the story. Like, he really was thinking about, you know what, I'm just gonna have Naruto end after the Pain arc. Like, after he, like, successfully beats Pain, he was like, I'm just gonna end it. And I think he really wanted Naruto and Sakura to get together at that point, because, you know, Sasuke was, like, too far gone. But it's just so fucking weird. It's so weird just seeing that, or just thinking that, when, like, Hinata literally got a rod put in her spine, told Naruto that she loved him, and then all of a sudden she's just looking in the background, watching Sakura just, like, hug him cheek to cheek. Like, what the fuck?
I swear, man, I still never bought. I mean, it had Naruto end up with Sakura, Hinata would have ended with I don't know who, but
no one.
Yeah, no one. But fine. It's just like, I never bought that. It's just like, he ends up with her, the stalking chick that was like looking at this nigga while he was training. She didn't even know she was there, and you're telling me that during the movie, the last movie or whatever the fuck it was called, like, you're telling me Sakura's like, yeah, Naruto, why don't you think back, really think back hard. Who do you love? And he's like, oh, Hinata. I was like, okay.
Yeah, they don't work like that.
I was like, bro, like, come on. I was like, bro, come on. Like, really?
I actually was, I was just watching Naruto the last just to, like, look at some couple scenes, and I actually was looking at that point, and yeah, no, it's just really weird. I still die to this day laughing, because, you know, he's just literally, like, sitting next to a tree, trying to talk to Hinata. Reminds me of, like, some, you know, if you're reading this, it's too late Drake shit. Trying to talk to her, holler, I was like, hey, I realized I loved you, and she just said, yeah, too late, and flew off. I think she flew off. Like, oh no, Toneri ended up getting her, but it's just like, it's the most inorganic thing I've ever seen. Like,
it really was. It was just like, come on, bro. Had you, like, had it to where maybe they were just friends as kids or something, like normal friends, instead of her being a stalker, and then him and her, like, occasionally interacting but not really, and you expect me to buy that he's just like, oh yeah, I think I'm in love with her. It's like, oh, okay, all right.
Even if he did end up with Sakura, it still wouldn't have been good, because that just would have made Naruto her second option, which is just not good at all.
Yeah, he would have been a rebound nigga.
Yeah, she's just like, well, because she technically did do that. You guys remember when Toby basically invaded before the what was it, 5 Kage Summit, and she just came up to Naruto, and she's just like, oh, I can't get Sasuke's attention anymore, so, you know, I might as well just love you, because it's the best action, best course of action.
Yeah, and then Naruto called her on that. He's like, stop fucking lying. Like,
yeah, you gotta tell someone who has the ability to sense. This guy is S-level sensory right here. He's gonna pick up on that bullshit. So, yeah, dumb fucking move.
Which is kind of weird, because he was perceptive at that moment, but somehow he fails to catch on Hinata's feelings for him too. Like, it's kind of weird, but hey, I guess that's how the story had it
protagonist.
Go. Yep.
That's just regular fucking day.
Yeah. I
would never write a character like that. Like, I just wouldn't do that. It has to be way more realistic and organic like that, because
I guess sometimes you have to, like, put in, like, a suspension of disbelief in the characters, so, like, you shouldn't have to, like, always, like, cover every plot hole, because sometimes you may just write yourself into a corner. So I guess having, like, a slow or character who sometimes does brain dead shit helps helps the story sometimes that people doesn't question it all the time. I don't know.
They hardly ever have dialogue between the characters that are supposed to be together. Like Sasuke at the time was on his mission trying to kill his brother. Naruto rarely ever interacted with Hinata, and if anything, he was too clueless. Which, I mean, that kind of stuff does happen. We know when you're 12 years old, and you're just oblivious. But it's just like even then, like it was still weird as Shippuden. I mean, he was getting hunted, so I don't know. That's beside the point. I want to skip that. Batman for HBO Max is getting a new show. It's Batman for pretty much everything. Like they got a movie, they got Gotham 2.0. Now there is a new animated series coming to HBO Max. What do you guys think about that?
Well, like, do we know like the details of like what it's gonna be following or?
2 minutes. I got one thing to say. Too much goddamn Batman.
It's a lot of Batman. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see more.
People are gonna get tired of this shit and just not tune in anymore.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
I am gonna watch it because of the fact that it's still Bruce Timm. It's kind of a spiritual successor to the Batman animated series, which is by far one of the most popular animated series of superheroes ever. So the design looks kind of weird though, because I guess Bruce Timm is a huge fan of the little bunny ear Batman version, which I'm like,
Oh yeah. You're talking about the one from the Long Halloween, right?
Yeah, it's kind of worse though. It really does look like bunny ears. So, yeah, I'm just not really much of a fan of it. Unfortunately, J.J. Abrams is also working on it, which is just, oh god.
Well,
I don't like the way he directs movies. He can't direct shit, in my opinion, as far as adaptations.
I'll give him a chance. I still to this day don't think Star Wars was totally his fault. Had they just stuck with one fucking director.
Oh no! You see though, he actually came out and said that he was sorry for how he directed the last Star Wars movie, because of the fact that he was like, I didn't have a plan of direction. Which, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not entirely their fault, because Rian Johnson fucked up the flow of 7, and then he had to try to clean it up. But it's just like, still, even then, a lot of what he did with the characters just was not properly set up. Why are you gonna have Lando over here show up with the senile old ass just to hit on his possible daughter? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm not totally absolving him of his, obviously errors. I'm just saying, had they tried to do that thing they did, because I believe that's how it was with the original ones, right? I don't think it was the same director for all 3 movies, but it's just like, bro, come on, just give the fucking baton to someone. Let them make a vision from start to end, instead of having it to where you just throw this wild card in here. This nigga does some shit that just goes left, and then you're left doing cleanup, and you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's just what happened.
I just think they needed to follow one complete treatment, and that was it. Instead of just being like, "Well, I think Rey should be no one." I don't.
Yeah,
I feel like we can have an whole episode dedicated on Star Wars, but yeah,
that's besides the point.
Yeah, do Batman series. I hope you're not tired of Batman. You're gonna see a whole lot of that dude.
Yeah, for real.
Gosh, what is the worst thing we have seen so far? Is it maybe the CW Powerpuff Girls script that got leaked? Did you read that?
I did not read that shit.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not interested in that show at all. So I am
you
not.
Shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. This shit is shite. It is shite.
No. From what I've heard about that and what I've seen with the like set pics and stuff, I am not interested in that crap. So.
But Izzy, they're talking about Harambe and Bubbles being in porn. That's not enticing to your eyes. Like that's
you're just gonna like there are still like kids who are actually watching, like the cartoon or Powerpuff Girls at the moment, right? but somehow you're gonna like create a teenage version of those characters and tell kids like, yeah, this is kind of like a slightly grown up of these kids, but like they didn't turn out as well as you think they did. They turned out to be a bunch of mildly crazy.
Oh, these are like dysfunctional,
I don't know, like dysfunctional family. Like, yeah, that's the future, kids.
Yeah, I could tell. I guess Kai Beam just read some parts of the script, but
yeah. And what makes it even worse, just to interject a little bit, this shit is real because people in the comments are saying they got blocked for it. They got reported. So yeah.
It's wild. I mean, one thing that I'm probably not a fan of the most is when they take it's a really big fuck you when they do this thing where they have your childhood superhero or childhood show do like a flash forward just to show you that hey, they were happy when they were kids, but they're fucking depressed now. What does that tell you in your mind? Does that tell you that, hey, growing up is going to be a fun thing? No. Nope. It tells you that, your best years are way ahead of you. You should have stayed as a kid because your life is going to be hell from now on. Like, ridiculous. But go ahead, team.
I just want to read the people just a little bit of this. This is Bubbles talking. Blossom's fine. I saw her on Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted, and I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political difference. What the?
Yeah, honestly.
What?
Who's their grandpa? Like, they have never even shown Professor Utonium's dad. As far as I know, he was born in a test tube too, because he has no lineage. Like, this shit is asinine to me. It's lunacy.
And it's absolute lunacy. It gets worse. Because what does Buttercup say to that? Coming back here is probably triggering for her.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why is it triggering per se? Because these are kids with like super crazy powers. I know, like, let's take it like in context over here. Like, that freaking dad was a fucking mad scientist because he keep making them fight this fucking crazy ape-looking crazy-ass scientist dude who, I don't know, that he transferred his mind into a damn ape or whatever, but yeah, that is a freaking terrible way to raise kids, even if they are freaking experiment, but what the hell is it, triggering stuff over here again?
Oh, no, let me provide context, because essentially, the professor is abusive, and he did the, let's merchandise and make profit off of your existence. Kind of like, what the boys did. So, yeah, that's why it's triggering. And like I said, I told Izzy this. They ruined it.
Sucks.
Yeah, and I told you this, Izzy. I said, what's really crazy is they made Professor Utonium black. So hey, good job on it, making also him abusive, and then just saying he stole the apparently he stole the ingredients from Mojo Jojo, which for some reason has a human son, which is yuck. So
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they said they redid this whole script, but it's just like,
they burned the entire script. And
they really should they should close this shit down, man.
They really should. This shit is not going on beyond one season. Shit, not even half of one season. This shit is garbage.
What I think they're gonna do, they're really gonna try to push for 3, because, like I said, with Batwoman is probably the worst superhero show on CW, surprisingly, and yet every single time the episode comes out, it is trending on Twitter. I know for a fact. I look at the ratings, and it actually is lower than a YouTube viewer. It's like less than 3,000 or 300,000 views, and yet it is still trending. No one cares about Batwoman. I don't care about Batwoman, and neither do you guys.
Nope. That is wild to me. But
it is wild.
Hey, CW, keep fucking shit up. I just can't wait for the day where WB or whoever just takes all your superhero properties away from me.
That's what they're doing with Superman and Lois. Hell, I'll go ahead and skip down to my notes right here, because you know what? Superman and Lois is like a godsend right now to television superhero shows, because they did a twist right here that I was not expecting. Izzy, you remember how you said that suit that Lex Luthor had was really stupid looking?
Yeah.
That ain't even Lex Luthor. That's John Henry Irons, Man of Steel. That was a twist. I was like, because this recent episode that came out, they were doing Lois and Clark were basically doing this little recon and trying to see who this person was, which, you know, they all thought he was Luthor, but then they did like a DNA search and like, this guy isn't Luthor, he's John Henry Irons. This dude literally hit Superman with some red sunlight and then grabbed a iron hammer like Thor and was like, I'm the Man of Steel, bitch, and proceeded to pummel the fuck out of him. And I was like, yo, that is a mind twist right there.
He's literally that guy who was from the Reign of Superman movie, like who tried to replace Superman when everybody thought Superman was dead.
Yeah, except he took Lex Luthor's work and he proceeded to make his own from it. And I prefer that so much better. And I think he killed the Superman in his universe, or maybe he escaped. I'm not really sure, but I just think it would have been really cool if he did, and he just would have stabbed evil Superman in his back and just ripped his cape off to put it on himself. That would have been tight. I would have loved that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. Like CW,
it's a good twist, man. Like
it is.
If they could just continually like the
momentum.
Like. Yeah, the momentum, and also what I don't want is like once they run out of stories to tell, they should just end it, because if they just start dragging shit on, that show is just gonna start off great and just ends up, you know, like every other CW show that they just wouldn't know the right time to put an end to.
Right.
That just
i.e. Flash.
There's no villain of the week or nothing like that. It is just one consistent story that's just occurring right here. Like, you know, they leave off with, you know, Jonathan having a busted up arm and him dealing with his own shit, and now they're picking up with him mad at his brother because of the fact he busted up his arm. It's not like, oh, we need to take a break and maybe think about how Lois feels about moving to the Kent farm. None of that. Like, there's no. This is the reason why HBO Max actually has Superman and Lois on their streaming service, and it's not all the other shows, because the production quality is way higher, and they even have the HBO Max writers or people who work for HBO work on that show.
Yeah, well, keep it that way and just take it off the CW entirely and just take away all the shit.
It probably will be.
Because
it probably will be. I don't think they'll cancel it. They're just like, yeah, we're just transferred over here because
CW needs to be stripped. Like, don't make your little shitty fucking Riverdale bubblegum twirling bullshit with your goddamn relationship triangle, quadruple, fucking rectangle shit that no one cares about. That shit
I swear, like every
CW
show, like for some reason, the relationship, like every character somehow dates every fucking character on that show before like the season of the show is ended.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Like, holy shit. They should just get together and just have a bake orgy if they're gonna be fucking doing stupid shit.
For real.
They probably will do it at some point. They probably will do it at some point. They'll just have it to be like, you know, I like each other, or I like you, you like me, I like that person too. Let's just let's link up. So.
Yeah, we'll do this in Flash time. Yay.
Yeah. Because honestly, this next episode of Flash, I can just say that Cisco's leaving the show, which is just like, oh, it feels so Disney Channel. I swear to God, like. Basically, like the trailer show, like he was leaving, and everyone was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you," and I don't care. I really don't care. I don't think Carlos Valdez cares anymore. Nope. Like I can see it.
None of them do. I don't think any of them fucking do. I think they're just phoning it in.
It's so inconsistent that I forget certain characters exist. Like, yeah, they have Allegra, but who fucking cares about her? There's hardly any screen time for her to be on the show.
Because she doesn't add anything to the show anyway, so.
Oh, she doesn't. Don't have a suit. She's not fighting alongside with Barry. Barry hardly fights. And it's just, you can see it on these guys' faces. They don't care. Like, Grant Gustin is probably going to get so depressed after the season ends because he knows how bad the writing is and just how much people want the show to end, which I feel bad for him. But,
yeah, because he's the lead, and like I'm so like glad like Stephen Amell like he got wise to that shit and said, "Yeah, guys, wait, I'm done. I'm just calling it a day. Like,
yeah.
write my character off like the right way, so I should get the hell out of this." And he made a smart decision, dude.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they should do for Flash because it's garbage. Like, again, it's just funny. The guy we all watch for like just Easter egg comic books type shit. It's just funny to even hear him say the quality is so shit that I'm just not even covering this anymore. It's just like how did it get to this point? I have no idea. But
I know they got cheap and just got complacent with that subpar quality shit that they just kept pumping out. And of course, actors wouldn't complain about that shit. They're still getting paid whether this fucking show is terrible or not. It's up to the network whether to cancel that show or not. So as long as these actors are getting paid, they don't give a shit. They'll just come in there, read lines, and that's part of their regular job. Like everybody wants a job where they just do like the minimum and get paid for it.
Yeah, that is true.
Who enjoys that craft, but like, if people realize like the show is crap and like even the actors realize that it's crap and they're trying to like get out of it, they'll just do the bare minimum because even if they do get fired, their contract still stipulates that they get paid for whenever the duration of that show is still running. So they don't really give a shit.
Right.
I don't know. I really just fucking crazy. Oh gosh, let's see. Kevin, you sent a link to Kraven the Hunter, which for some reason I'm not feeling this casting choice right here because he's literally in everything. That would make him in 3 separate universes that consist in the Marvel realm.
Yeah, that's something I didn't think about too. But I mean, technically, he is dead. So.
He is dead, but then it just kind of makes it seem like, okay, what they'll probably do is have multiverse versions that look just like them, but have different identities, which I don't like it because there are a ton of other choices that can be a good Kraven the Hunter. Aaron Taylor Johnson is not someone I expect that. Like, I expect it, honestly, like, an Australian man, and maybe he'll, like, tan himself or something, but, like,
shit, they could have got fucking. I think Emmanuel Bennett.
No, Aaron Taylor Johnson is English, right? So
yeah, I mean it's still, but the thing is, just like there's so many options that you can choose from. It's like the same thing what they did when they're like, oh, we can't find any Asian actresses, so we're just gonna digitally alter Scarlett Johansson's face to look more Asian. Like, what are you doing? Like, just pick someone. The dude who played as Kano in Mortal Kombat could have been a good Kraven the Hunter.
He could have, but he doesn't have the Hollywood star power to.
I think
box office.
Emmanuel could have played that. The dude who played Slade.
Oh, Emmanuel Bennett. Yeah,
he could have been. He could have
definitely played Kraven.
But that's what, honestly, Disney does that, though, which is weird that they would not choose someone who has a fresh face because...
Technically, this ain't Disney, it is Sony, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Sony has been known for that crap casting and, you know...
Oh, that is true.
But since they are, like, pretty much, like, collabing with, like, Kevin Feige's, like, doing producer work on it, so I don't think it's going to be that bad, in my opinion. Like, Eric Taylor Johnson, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
I think he could play Kraven the Hunter really well.
It's just if that's the case, I don't want him to interact with Wanda at all. I don't want him to.
I mean, you're never gonna see that interaction because everything Spider-Man related, like villain wise, is always gonna be with Spider-Man. It's not gonna ever like bleed over to the Avengers. Avengers stuff with Spider-Man is gonna have only Spider-Man, not Spider-Man villains, because if you have a Spider-Man villain, it's a villain that Spider-Man himself can take care of. If you have like a war or like a world-ending villain, that's when Spider-Man goes to the Avengers. So like none of the Spider-Man villains is ever gonna characters is ever gonna interact with the Avengers ever.
Right. Right.
Unless there's something that like saying an Avengers movie and MJ is getting freaking demolished, or like somebody's trying to target Peter because he's part of the Avengers, and then the Avengers may try to go to save her because like she's kind of related to Peter, and you know Peter has to go and like protect his loved ones and shit. But Besides that, I don't think you're ever gonna see like a Spider-Man character ever interact with the Avengers.
That is true. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Still think it's kind of weird, but hey.
I mean, like people were complaining a lot about like when what's his name was like cast as Joker and Joaquin Phoenix was cast as Joker and like that turned out to be a pretty decent stuff. And it's a standalone movie, so.
No, it is, but that's the thing. It's like, is there a difference between having a standalone movie, and then having something that can potentially connect to another universe, and it's supposed to connect to a universe?
Yeah, because eventually they may like actually do something where he, like, after he pretty much hunt every fucking like whatever challenge in his universe, and he's like, oh, I see there's a multiverse portal over there. I'm seeing like a spider in that place, and he looks interesting. I'm gonna hunt that guy. And
yeah.
It's not like trying to hunt Spider-Man or whatever. That could be interesting, but at the moment, I think it's just a self-contained movie where Craven is doing whatever Craven does, catching the most biggest predator out there because he's like the best predator.
Right.
He hunts other predators, so.
I hope they actually make him a villain and not an anti-hero. I don't want them to repeat the Venom process because we know that Venom is an anti-hero, but don't make it a trend because I do want him to fight Spider-Man at some point. I don't want him to just be like,
I think he's going to be an anti-hero, but it's just going to be one of those things where like his more anti-hero shit is more extreme than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Than Venom anti-hero stuff. So
that's what I was going to say. I think it just gets lost a little bit because an anti-hero, I don't think they convey that properly because an anti-hero would mean that you do good actions sometimes and sometimes you do bad actions. Like with Venom, per se, he does more good actions than bad. I mean, yeah, he eats people, which is, like, pretty bad, but he doesn't, like, kill people when he fights them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he did that, then it would be like, okay, this guy's an anti-hero because, like, he's literally like killing people. He's like fighting and stuff.
There's a comic with Craven. He killed Spider-Man. He shot him in the head with a 50 cal. Buried him too.
He said, "Rest, Spider."
Yeah.
Oh no!
Drunk a 40 on his grave and just said, "I'm retiring now. Fuck out of here." But man,
it's funny.
What is the next thing
I
want to talk
guess
about?
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
We could get into game stuff, I guess.
All right. You recently got Persona 5.
Yeah, I've actually been playing that like nonstop. Witty used to tell me about the game, and I just always kick myself when I start playing a game that came out like 5 years ago, and it's actually hella good. And that's how I feel about Persona 5. It's like, god damn, like when I'm finished with this, I'm gonna get Persona 5 Royal because that's like the updated version, more characters, more shit. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Yeah, man, it's like if you've ever played the game like Catherine, because Atlas, the studio behind this, they made that game as well. It's kind of like a puzzle Catherine game, anyways. It's kind of like a puzzle strategy type shit going on, but it's like they infuse like these animes type shit, and that's the same thing going on here with Persona 5. It's like you're playing as this character and you're forming this team, and you basically like going in people's like distorted realities, changing their like heart and making them not shitty people and confessing to their crimes, all while the game just looks beautiful, especially like with the animated like anime type scenes and shit. It's just really nice. And the soundtrack is great, and there's like hella shit to do. You have to get your like fucking charm and proficiency and all this other type of shit. I just don't even want to get into it. There's just so much shit going on. If you haven't tried it, I try it out if you're interested in that kind of game. I actually started Final Fantasy 15 as well, finally.
Oh, you finally started. Damn.
Yeah. So that one is way different from 7 for sure. It took me a little bit because it kind of threw me off. I was like, shit, there's so much more freedom here. So,
bro, there's a lot for you to do. Good luck finding the correct ramen for your compadres. That's all I'm gonna say. No, you think I'm kidding? Like the reason why I stopped playing Final Fantasy 15 is because of the fact that it's so much freedom, and there's so much detail to the characters. Like I should not have to give a fuck about what these characters prefer to eat. Yep. You gonna eat what I tell you to eat.
And just wait till he start going fishing. He's just gonna spend like hours and hours plus just staying in one place trying to catch the biggest biggest kind of fish. And you gotta use specific bait and different kind of lines for the hook. And like some fish that you could catch with like a strong line, that you may not be able to use like this same strong line to catch another fish that may like be a smaller fish or whatever. It's just like it's just a lot of stuff to do in there.
All right, and then like I said, I just had to stop it because there isn't really any fast travel. You really just go through the world driving your little car. You can have your butler drive you, or you can drive yourself, but you can't
the
speed
driving
up
is a little.
I hate it.
Yeah, that driving is.
Just wait till you unlock the flying car. You don't have to drive no more. That car, when you upgrade that car where you can make it fly around, you don't have to worry about like driving it places. You could just make it. You could just fly around with it.
Gotcha.
I haven't done that part yet. I was trying to last time, but I was just like, man, I can't. Noctis has to eat, so I'm fucking stuck here.
I platinum that game though, but like,
damn,
you platinum Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah, check my platinum list.
Oh my god!
I played the shit out of that game. Like I logged in a lot of hours in that game. I don't even know how many hours I logged into it, but I platinum it.
Let me see. Let me check.
Yeah, I could check too. Actually, I'm curious because I didn't know you played it like that much. Like what? Bro.
I played the shit out of that game when it came out because man, how do you not remember it? Like when it came out, we used to be at a party while I was playing that game, and I told you to get it, but you were like, I'm playing something else right now. Like I think that was right around God of War came out. Like,
yeah, probably.
Oh my god, this shit is lit.
Wait, where is it? I don't see it. I'm going through his list.
You gotta go on his trophies.
Yeah, I'm there, but it's like I can't like exactly sort through it. Destiny.
Jesus Christ.
Apex.
Like the final trophy that I got to platinum, it was the one that you have to beat that, like the turtle boss that was the size of an island, where he has like 99999 health, like almost a million, like
how did you
a million health or something like that.
How would you even defeat something like that though? What?
I mean, your characters do get strong.
Just keep spamming ability, dude. It took me 5 hours to beat that guy.
Oh my god!
That's the kind of game you got.
That's because how much his health. That's because how much health he had. It's not because I wasn't doing damage. It's just how much health he had. So it will take you that amount of time, and in game, it took me 3 days, like in game time, to beat him.
Damn.
But yeah, in real life, it took me I think 5 hours. Out of 5 or 3 hours, I don't know. But yeah, it took me a good amount of chunk time to beat him.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I mean, I only have like 26 achievements out of 97? Fuck. Oh my god, yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna be a while. It's just, I don't know.
The game was just fun to me, man. Like, I kind of immersed myself into the world a little bit too much. That's why, I actually platinum it, because I don't be platinum a lot of games anyway.
Yeah, if it was online co-op, like if I could hop into your store.
Oh no, it has an online co-op version too.
Oh, you can? Like you can play as the main characters, just different?
No.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant. That's what I'd want to play as. Like if it had that feature right there where you could do that and you could play with your other it would be fun. I would be way more. You gotta create
your own character to do the online co-op and pretty much go and hunt monsters together and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's like a little mini Monster Hunter shit going on.
That's
pretty much.
At night, like the monsters you fight during the day and the monsters you fight at night are completely two different creatures, because at night, like that's when like the demons and all the shit come out where like they're really difficult to defeat.
Like 20 feet tall.
And during the day you can fight all the like the weird Chocobo and all the other like they carnivorous monsters and stuff.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of games, just want to quickly mention that the state of play happened for Sony, and they showed off Horizon Forbidden West or Wild Wilds.
I like that game. I like what I saw.
Yeah, it looked like it got a facelift to the best degree. I will be getting that. I was already getting it, but
I mean, I'm not gonna pre-order it, and I'm just waiting because there's gonna be a make or break for me when that game comes out. Such as since they're releasing it on both PlayStation 4 and PS5, I will be fucking pissed if I have to pay $70 for it on the PS5. No joke, that is just gonna piss me off because you cannot tell me you're gonna release a game on the PlayStation 4 for $60 and then you release the same game on the PS5 and tell me to pay $70 just because it gave me a freaking graphical upgrade. A freaking 60 FPS doesn't warrant a $70 or $10 fucking price tag increase on a game. So, well, we'll see whenever they put that up for pre-order. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure what's probably going to happen is PS4 users are probably going to have to pay a $70 price tag, dude. That's probably what's going to happen.
They do that. Yeah. They're definitely not going to sell that game well because people are going to just wait for the price to drop and buy it used. I don't care how good that game is. I'm not going to be paying $70 for it. I just am not. There's no friggin' way I'm going to be paying $70 for that shit. I could wait.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be waiting because I won't be able to get a PS5 anytime soon. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as someone who tried to play the first one and didn't like it, such an improvement. I love seeing games that do this, where you just don't do a carbon copy. Like, man, she's over here swimming, she's over here grappling and doing parkour and shit with the dreadlocks. Like,
and also like the melee is like the most improved shit in there, dude. Because like initially, like the melee they have for the first game, all it just amount to is just doing a sweep motion with your staff. But now you could put mods in your melee weapon and like do combos and stuff. Like, yeah, that's what I wanted to see, man. Like the melee is now as equally as important as your bows and arrows and stuff. So yeah,
because they put way more emphasis on your bow in the first game, and I get it. You're a hunter, but the combat needs to still be at least passable. The first game it was awful. Like, there was no point in even doing that. But here,
there was no point doing melee.
Yeah, and the second one, it's great.
I'm not trying to sweep. I'm trying to catch bops in the back of the brain. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. So claps to that right there. That actually made me excited. Like, thank goodness we're starting to see a little shine at the end of this tunnel right here because it's
yeah, for real.
Speaking of like gaming trailers and stuff like that, they did show Far Cry 6 gameplay trailer. I was telling the guys that, I've never been the one to finish my Far Cry games just because they seem to have a habit of having the most interesting villain in the story. At least for 3, because I really like Voss because he was like a POC version of Joker in a way. And when they killed him, you just had this villain that was not as interesting. And then with the 5th one, it was really boring. I'm not the type of fan to watch something or play something that has to do with cults or drugs or nothing like that. And it was boring.
I think the problem with these games is like they will spend most of the time like showing a villain. And instead of that person being like the main villain of the game, sometimes that person is just like a side villain or one of the first villain that you fight in the game.
Yeah,
they may be just the most interesting villain in the game, but you pretty much beat them in the first game, in the first half of the game or the beginning of the game. Then you have the rest of the game playing all this like boring stuff, fighting against these other characters that I'm not as closely interested in at all. So like
yeah. Resident Evil just did that. With the fucking vampire chick.
Yeah.
They showed her off so much and she's only the first boss, and then pretty much from what I've seen, everyone said it's just not as good. like with the rest of the villains. Like they're really
That's
boring.
because I wanted to see her big tits. Like that's
and
it.
her even fatter ass. She had a ridiculous ass, dude. Like Jesus Christ.
Over here getting all like.
No, I'm just
saying, stating the facts. You just listen.
Freaking character, dude.
No, I'm just stating the facts that people were attracted. I knew the second that trailer came out, I was like, people are definitely gonna buy that game for that reason right there. I'm not saying that like, oh, I was gonna get the game. Fuck no. Resident Evil is not my cup of tea. I'm not a fan of that shit like that. So I'm just stating the facts. Like, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Her character model, like, it's just ridiculous.
She's 9 feet tall. Yeah, it's ridiculous. She's as tall as a light post.
But that is just like, I don't know where the hell they were going with that. But
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't care. I don't give a damn. But, yeah, with this Far Cry gameplay trailer, they showed a lot of different things here. So you're actually setting. This is going to take place in like a Latin American, South American country, or area. My mistake. And they're actually going to be like buildings and stuff, and like a city, which is like something I'm really a fan of. Just I don't really like venturing off into the jungle like that so much. I play so many games that already do that. It's not interesting. I don't care about this fucking tree or this rock. Like, I want to be in a city where there's like people and liveliness and all this other stuff. And they show that there. I got a little bit of hints of Fallout and Just Cause because it's wacky. There was like a weapon where it would play music, but once you shoot the gun, it would slice you up. It would like dice you.
Oh yeah, I was playing the Macarena. I remember that.
Yeah, I was playing the Macarena. Like
it throws like literal CD-ROM drives at people.
What?
Yeah, I like that.
Slices
shit.
Your head.
Yeah,
I like that shit. I like
fun.
that.
That looks fun.
That was
yeah,
cool.
that does sound pretty dope, actually.
I'm feeling that shit, and I'm not sure. Actually, I just found out from one of my friends that there's supposed to be an AMA on Reddit for one of the developers. I'm gonna ask them if there is a third-person option because they showed in this trailer that there were it would swap from her being in first person to third person, and I'm not sure if it's like a preset animation. Yeah, no, not like a cutscene, just like a preset animation where like you know how like in Apex, whenever you do your moves and stuff like that, and you go into third person. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's gonna be like that, or you can actually switch between first.
I think what I saw from that, I think is whenever you use like your ultimate, or because she has like a rocket. Is that a rocket or jetpack or whatever the hell?
I wasn't sure myself. I was like, okay, there was one that was a flamethrower, but the other one looked like a jetpack. That's why I was thinking like, okay, that might be third person, like. So you see her walking in third person too. So it's just.
Is this the same Far Cry with the Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I hope like it's not one of those like shit that we were talking about where he's just not he's not actually the main villain. He's just one of those like, you know.
I feel like with him being there, I think they're going to just have him be the main villain.
Yeah, he's too prolific to be like a side.
Yeah, like there's no way. There might be like his underlings or something like that, but he's gonna definitely be like the big boss. His role in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul is too much to pass up for them to be like a runner-up from the main one. I'd be ridiculously upset if that was the case. But yeah, so far that's 2 games I'm excited for. Like, Far Cry looks really awesome. Hopefully I can find out more information before like the next podcast episode. Because yeah, if it's third person.
Did you ever play that Dying Light game? Because apparently there was also a gameplay for it.
I saw that too. I never played Dying Light, but some people said that it looked pretty fun, and like I think you can play with friends too. So like there could be like a lot of funny moments. Because I mean, I'd like to drop kick one of you 2 niggas from a building. So. Yeah, I'll probably break my legs in the process, but hey, I did it.
Yeah, I mean, they had, like, Dying Light, when you play with your friends, the first one, it did look fun. Like, I remember I was watching this one guy named Lean Cuisine. You've seen his videos before. But he I believe like there's this mode where you can. Well, someone plays as a zombie, and like your objective is to like go around and kill all your friends or whatever. Looks pretty fun. So, if they have that in the second one, that might be something fun to play, maybe.
Yeah, because it's kind of like within the same vein as how Far Cry is looking right now, at least with the combat and whatnot, with the customization and all those. But except they just have added parkour in there and more like zombies,
Right.
So
right.
And it's
I'll
more
have to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, and I'll have to check out Far Cry 2 as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely going to be a massive improvement for 5. 5 just sucked to me. Like, I hated the fact that I got drugged one time in the middle of the fucking air, right? I was co-oping with my friend. We're flying. We weren't even doing anything. Next thing you know, sleep. Next thing you know, we wake up in some weird-ass log cabin, and we're like, wait a minute, is this part of the story? How the fuck you get kidnapped in a 2-seater plane? Like, that doesn't even speak realism. I don't know.
Some nigga behind your seat.
Bro, your seat. Like, that's ridiculous.
You're in the air in a 2-seater. How do you get kidnapped in the
air? Maybe it's the pilot. I don't know, nigga.
That shit is weird.
I'm trying
you put me to sleep. I'm flying the plane.
Okay. So wait, it's just you.
You have to make sure I don't crash the plane. Get me out of the seat while you're not losing consciousness because of the rapid drop of pressure in altitude.
Wait, so it was just Superman. It was just you two, like in the plane by yourself. Oh my god. Okay.
It made no sense. I was like, this is not immersive at all. It's immersive. It breaks the immersion of it. I don't like it. But I'll tell you what I do like, because this is a game that I recently bought that recently came out, was Biomutant. Now, these two guys were a little skeptical about the game because I was raving about it, and
I'm gonna get that. I didn't say I wasn't gonna get it. Like you said,
I said you were skeptical. I said you guys were skeptical at first.
Oh, yeah, I'm skeptical of everything right now because I've been on a trend of buying fucking bad and terrible games, and
yep.
I don't want to continue my trend.
Right there with you.
Yeah, I'm not part of that, but I'm just saying. Biomutant came out on the 25th, which is like a couple days ago, and it's pretty much like a mix of Breath of the Wild and I almost kind of want to say like Little Big Planet, if you guys remember that PlayStation. It's kind of like that. I don't know. The studio that made this was only 20 people, so it's really impressive, but there are some issues. I will say that it is way better than Cyberpunk, which is a goddamn shame that that's the case. But hey, what are you gonna do? You can create your character. The interesting thing about this is that you don't have a whole lot of options, but you are able to choose the kind of role that your character is like. So, I had a character who had more agility, and so that way he would best suit a certain kind of role. Like he could either be a mage, he could be a sniper, he could be like just having a lot of things. So there's a lot of replay value in that game. The weapons and the weapon gear and loot system it's decent. I really like the weapons and gear because of the fact that you can upgrade and build weapons of your own. So like I've been having a lot of fun with that. The story, I can't lie, I play this shit on mute. I honestly do, because the narrator, I had a little bit of nostalgia when I first heard it because it reminded me of Fable 3 when there'd be like some narration and stuff like that.
But in Fable, that narration is always funny and actually entertaining. And
it's funny, and it's not interruptive, because that's the issue that I have with the story, is because literally everything that I do, right, I'll walk into the forest and I'll notice a 5-foot rat trapped in a cage. I can see that rat is in trouble, but the narrator just feels compelled to have to tell me that. And I don't need that, so I basically just mute the frequency and I just listen to the nature of the game. Like, I don't listen to none of the narration at all. I can figure it out for myself. And I think that's one of the issues about this game, is that the developers had a habit of like holding your hand while you play this. Like they kind of think you're kind of stupid to a certain extent. Like I don't need an explanation for what's going on. I can pick up context clues and implications. So and even then it's not that hard to figure out. These guys are a bunch of junk rats fighting for land because the world ended. So there's that, and also the light and dark system is pretty cool too. It affects your powers. If you have like a lot of dark energy, then you can have like the ability to like throw lightning, which I can't wait for that. I'm about to have a lot of Dark Sidious moments. Like I'm telling you, I'm about electrocuting the shit out of some people. So there is that. I would say get the game. I would say get the game if you're like playing on PC, but if you're not liking it after the first hour, I would go ahead and get the refund. If not, definitely get it on sale. So there is that.
Bet. So what's this about Dragon Ball YouTubers hit with? Well, I mean we've seen this before. Dragon Ball YouTubers hit with termination emails from fake Funimation accounts.
Yeah, so like you remember how like when we had our old YouTube, which don't look it up because we can't find it and it's deleted, would get hit up with these copyright claims for Funimation for covering like if they even had a 5-second clip of Goku transforming or Vegeta taking an L, they would pretty much hit you with a copyright claim. But now it seems like they kind of ease it up, but these fake accounts are telling them that, hey, your account's going to be terminated. And I think some of them actually might have gotten affected by it somehow. I'm not sure. I should have put a link to it.
Gotcha.
So, just the anime thing. I'm kind of glad that we don't do that YouTube channel anymore. But, boy, we had a lot of funny moments.
Yeah, if there was one thing I will miss about that channel is the funny shit. I really did wish I at least downloaded. I didn't think of that. I should have downloaded some of the more funnier ones, but it is what it is. It's gone. So
yeah,
those moments will live on in our heads. So
yep. Right.
I guess I can talk about this really quick because I forgot I had this here. So I don't know if you guys saw it when I sent it to you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But Rory and Mal, they seem to be doing something. They put out a little teaser trailer or whatever. It's like a little mini skit, and they were making light of the whole Joe situation and of them getting fired. And basically, it seems like from what people are saying, I don't know how they did this, but I guess KD got their back because he has a media company with one of his partners, and it seems like they signed a deal with him and his media company. So
who's got that back?
Kevin Durant.
Who's got that back?
Kevin Durant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy for him. Like if they were able to buy them out of Joe's stupid ass contract, hey nigga, do you guys do some shit, make that money, boy.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at some of the subtitles. That shit is genius. That is the smartest way and the best way you can handle something like that because
for real,
like. Damn, I can't stress enough. They said, you got detergent.
Yeah, like, no. They literally were throwing jabs at this nigga. And that shit was hilarious because they're just staring at each other for like a full minute. Maul's just like, it's in the closet, bro. It's like, okay. Like, they just kept making jabs. It was good, man. It was a good skit.
That like I said, that's a really smart way to handle how messy that situation was because that was a messy way to end a podcast like that, and I would not want to be Joe right now. That shit is fucking up right now.
He should, and honestly, I'd be afraid. Considering you let these niggas go, and now they have the freedom to do what they want to do, which could outshine you. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could. Right now, they're definitely riding on the coattails of what happened. They would just need to.
Yeah, they have to establish themselves now.
Yeah, and they have the platform to do it now.
Yeah, it's in that ball code now.
Yeah. It just they can't keep on bringing up Joe. After this. It might be funny a couple times, but after this, like, nah, you can't. They gotta
ride on their own.
Yep.
Oh, I hope it works out.
Yeah.
That shit is really funny. That I gotta watch more of it, especially in sound. So.
Yes, sir.
Shout outs to them. Good for them.
Yeah. fuck Joe, as always, man. Yeah, you guys do your thing, man. Make that money, bro.
Right.
I guess.
What, get into movies?
Yeah, I was just about to say movies myself. I didn't really watch this much this week. Just wasn't really in the mood. But the movies I did watch, I watched Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg, Lauren Cohen, and some other people. Oh, Ronda Rousey was in there actually, which was surprising. But yeah, that was a decent movie. I mean, and it was like on some CIA wet work shit. So that was cool. I watched The Informer. That was pretty. I like that more out of the two, I guess. That one had Joel Kinnaman and Ana de Armas. God, she's beautiful as fuck. I just gotta say that. But yeah, that one he plays. That one he plays as a basically a snitch, like for what is it? The FBI? I think it's the FBI or the CIA.
FBI. Yeah, it's the FBI.
And he basically that shit was kind of funny because every chance they just fucked him over. Literally, he would do what they ask, and then he'd be like, "Yeah, this is it, right?" And his informant would just be like, "Yeah, nah, you need to go to prison for us, though." And he's like, "Nigga, this wasn't a part of the deal." And she was like, "Yeah, we promise though, this will be the last time." And it was just fucked up. This will be a light spoiler.
Dude, he got
fucked over. Literally, he did what he needed to do. He called from prison. He's just like, "Hey, Willow," he said, "Yeah, I did it. And she's just silent. She's not even saying nothing. He's like, "Hello?" He said, said, "Please." He said, "I did what you asked me to do." And it just said, click. He said, "You bitch." I was just like,
the entire reason
he didn't say that.
Left him hanging was they fucked up on that part. Because, they had a double, investigation going on. One was with the NYPD, and the other one was with the, FBI, and the NYPD guy, he was undercover. So while he was undercover, and what's his name, tried to save his life because
exactly.
He was like,
he didn't take it.
These guys are gonna kill you because they already made you out to be a cop, and he tried to create a situation where it could be a diversion for him to get out of there, but the stupid cop wouldn't fucking leave. He just kept trying to be a hard ass.
Yeah,
he wouldn't fucking listen to him.
I don't know why he did that because that scene was funny. He said NYPD, he said get on the ground, right? He just got shot. I was just like, you fucking fool.
And by doing that, the FBI abandoned him because he was in a situation
which wasn't even his own making.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I guess for a movie that I watched, I only watched one, which was Skyline, and I told these guys how much I hated that movie. The first time I watched the movie, I was like, yeah, this is bad. I watched it for the second time because on the 31st, it's going to be going off of HBO Max. Oh, God. It actually made me sick for some reason. My stomach was hurting after I got done watching it. It might have been the blue light that they constantly shine, but just the dialogue that they had between each other, Jared, first of all, is a fucking awful main character name. I'm sorry for anyone whose name's Jared, but change your name to Jay for me, please. Because it sounds as dry and generic as their dialogue. The dude is literally looking outside. And I'm just going to bring up a quick plot point. They nuked Los Angeles somehow, despite the fact they're in a 40-foot building, actually higher because it's a luxury building. They don't die from radiation poisoning or let alone get incinerated. And so Jared over here is looking outside and he's like, guys, they're really pissed off. Gee, I didn't know that. Considering the fact that reconstructing together, I wouldn't put that together. So
and they didn't even made an effort to even close up the window or bar it into make sure there's no light or anything coming in because the aliens all you have to do is look into the blue light and you get your brain taken over for some reason.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. You know what the other dumb part was too? Is that for some reason they needed to see how far the shit was and needed to see detail. So you had fucking Jared looking at a camera and he was zooming in, but for some reason he kept taking pictures of it. Like, you could literally hear it. He would zoom in and go, ching, ching. I'm like, why is he taking pictures? Because it's not like he looks at them at all. He's literally just taking pictures for some strange reason while he's just only needing to zoom in. And then the guy, surprisingly, who's playing Professor Utonium in the Powerpuff Girls show, was in this movie. He should have died when he drove his car outside of the parking garage because he got stomped on. It got stepped on, and then he got slammed to the ground, and the only thing this guy had was a scratch. He was okay for the first 15 seconds, and then he got sucked up.
That shit was funny too, because I remember that part. This nigga, for some reason, tried to look back and shoot at the alien. And it's bro, why would the fuck would you even try to shoot that? Nigga, just run. Like, what are you doing? Like, so
exactly. Like, you honestly think, you dumb fuck, a pistol was gonna protect you against that? Get the fuck out of here! You deserve to die.
He didn't see all the jets and shit flying towards the alien ship and getting their ass blown up. He thought he had a magic pistol that would
pistol.
Like, everyone in this film to me just had like some sort of it's bad deficiency, some sort of disability, because either that is just like their critical thinking was like -2, because
the critical thinking part.
Yeah, no, like the critical thinking part was actually that was it, because these guys, the military, thought the best course of action was to fly onto the building that these guys were held up on, which is really weird that they even found him in the first place, because it's not like Jared or Elaine
didn't know that sort, like,
or like a flare of any kind. So I don't know how they found him, but two, they were shooting, and the worst line I think I heard was that like they were shooting at the aliens, and then you can hear like their CO, the commanding officer, be like, "Reload, soldier!" Like, gee, okay.
Why do you have to tell me to reload? Wouldn't the soldier know that his freaking weapon is out of how you say ammo?
God, I don't know. That shit was so funny. I fucking laughed out so hard. That was great. But the worst part about it is that like these aliens, their whole objective was to capture these people, capture humans' collective brain. For what reason?
Put it in a drone alien suit and repurpose it to go and capture more humans. And
dude, take up idiots so you can produce more idiots. Like, congratulations.
The worst part about that had to have been when this nigga Jared got his brain sucked out, became an alien, somehow had consciousness because he saw the blue lights too much, and his fucking wife somehow... Jared? It's like...
Yes! Yes!
How the fuck do you know
it made no sense to me, because it's just like, first of all, he had a build tolerance to blue light. Him and his girlfriend had a build tolerance, and it's just like, you could tell that his brain was special because everyone else's brain was blue, but his was gold. It was shining a different kind of light, and I just thought it was dumb because of the fact that, like, okay, just because this alien is Jared doesn't mean that you can just automatically know. He touched her head like a fucking pet. That could just be what aliens do in general. She's like, Jared? Fuck out of here, man. They said, the guys told me that Beyond Skylines and Skylines 3 was a better one because they actually had real actors instead of like just people who just didn't give a shit.
Those guys weren't real actors. They just had a crap budget.
Those aren't actors at all. That person who played Jared, that long-looking, Farquaad-looking bitch right there, man, no. He's not an actor. That was the worst acting I've ever seen.
That guy is in that show called Haven, or what? It used to be on Sci-Fi Network. And the other guy used to be in a show called Psych. Or was it Psych or Scrubs? I think one of those.
Scrubs. Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, he was really good in Scrubs. Honestly,
he was the best part of that movie. Even though he died like an idiot. Yeah. Like I said, Jared is over here. It's just like, it's either the radiation poisoning or them. We gotta go. I'm not capping. This is literally how they sound. Fucking worst movie. 2010 had the worst B-listed movies that somehow got greenlit for theaters and all this other shit. I never want to go back to that time period at all.
Nah, you're right. You're definitely right. But
no, you go ahead.
Izzy, I was just gonna say I wanted to quickly talk about, because last time, last podcast, everyone else was there, where you just cut out and we couldn't really discuss One Piece like that. So I was asking you questions, it went fucking silent, and I was just like, okay.
Yep.
But
Sorry, internet connection.
You good, man? But we just recently had a chapter release today, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit because a lot of shit is going on. So we have Kaido just name dropping Joy Boy, right? And it's like, okay, like Kaido knows a lot more than we thought, right?
I mean, I always believed that he knew a lot more than we thought, because, like, in essence, like, this guy is somebody who, like, when Luffy initially said he wanted to be Pirate King, like, the title Pirate King, like, meant something completely different to Kaido when Luffy said that compared to what Luffy was just spewing. Because remember when Luffy said that and he asked Luffy, do you understand, like, the weight of what you're trying, like, the weight of that title? Something along that line. But Luffy, like, being Luffy, he's just a simple thing, so he just screams whatever the hell he wants to scream and just, go about his business. But you could tell, like, Kaido knew more about the entire idea of what finding a One Piece is,
Right.
It's not just something that's simple as just, hey, I have this, like, lofty dream of, like, being, like, the freest person out there. That's what Luffy wants to be, but obviously his freedom come with a cost of big, like, a lot of chaos. Yeah. Because not everybody is as good-hearted on all, like, well, he's not kind-hearted either, but, like, naive as he is,
Yeah.
Like, pirates in that world are, like, pretty evil. Yeah. He goes about his, like, pirate in a different manner where he doesn't kill people, but we obviously seeing how pirates in that world operate. Those guys kill people with, like,
no indiscretion. Yeah, pretty much. Like, Luffy is a different breed. It's like even though he hates the word hero or whatever for some reason, that is exactly what he is. He liberates places that are under, like, subjugation and shit.
That's the thing, though. Like, even though he does that in a selfish manner, because, like, he only, like, most of the times, like, protect people he consider his friends and, like, fights for people he consider his friends, because you wouldn't see him go out of his way to, like, help people who doesn't ask him for help or he doesn't consider his friends,
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
But he's always, like, loyal enough to always help his friends when they ask him for help. So that is a good thing about him. But, like, that's also, like, his selfish nature right there, because he always wants to protect his friends. He doesn't really go out of his way. Like, it's like, I see somebody doing injustice over here, I should go and help them. That's not the kind of pirate he is.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I just want to say quickly, fuck Chondro, dude. Good character, like, in his purpose, but fuck him, because he may have just killed my bae Kiku over here. Why the fuck did you do that, nigga? Fuck him.
Like, dude, like, this guy takes his acting, like, he takes the word method acting to, like, a whole new level, bro.
He really does.
I gotta give this man gotta win an Oscar, bro, because, like, I don't know, man. That's some freaking you gotta believe, like, you know how they say you live the character that you're playing? This guy literally lived the character he's playing, bro. He was willing to die just to, like, play this character which he was assigned to play.
Exactly. And even his last words were like, fuck you, man. Because he was just like, oh, Kinemon, this is great. Because like during my fucking acting,
you were my
best friend. I was like, fuck, just shut up and die.
This kind of serious.
Like,
you literally just killed every one of your friends, and you're gonna talk about like, well, it might as well end this way. During my performance, you were my best friend. Like, screw you, dude. You suck.
He's a piece of shit.
But I don't know, like, even though as terrible as a character he is, I gotta respect him though. He's like one of those characters you pretty much hate, but you understand and like yeah,
it's not his fault. He's the way
like
he is.
His character of he just freaking
they
crazy.
Were him and what's his name?
Orochi.
Yeah, Orochi. They were made that. Made to be that way.
Yeah.
You told them that they were monsters, so that's exactly what they became. That's just basically, they were. There was so much prejudice against just.
For like a contest in this is like that. Let's say they had like a friggin' great grandfather, right? Who like tried to stage a coup, but he ended up failing. So because he failed, they like the rulers of the friggin' country just decide like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kill everybody in your family. Whether they're your distant relative or not, as long as they have your last name, all of them are gonna die. So they just went on a freaking cleansing of like pretty much trying to cleanse this entire clan and shit. And in the end, only these two lunatics were left. So like their perfect revenge was to somehow weasel their way back, like change their name, weasel their way back into the ruling class and destroy the entire country that persecuted and killed their entire clan. And I'm gotta say, that's a fucking perfect plan.
It is. Like, you can't fault them because, again, it's not their fault. They were pieces of shit. You literally made them that way. So it's like, yeah.
The entire surroundings are like, yeah, made them that way. So, like, I don't blame them for, like, yeah. They were just freaking awful people because, like, this man befriended a whole bunch of people, right? And he knew them for, like, 20 years plus. Like, because he's playing this role so freaking, like, believably, he was willing to die with them because as long as he dies with them and they all die, he doesn't care because he knows, like, when they die, their entire clan will die too. So just because he wants to get his revenge, he literally just blend in with them in a moment where they're all about to get executed by getting burned in hot oil.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, their leader,
Odin.
Yeah, he literally fried to death.
He
like
literally
the lower
fried
bottom
just
half of his body.
Just to
he
save
fried
them.
Like he literally to save them. This dude sat. Yeah, this dude sat in a pot, held up his crew for an hour while his bottom half of his body was getting just like
boiled. Boiling and frying in hot oil.
That's what I said. I was laughing.
The oil was like literally so hot. You like it was actually on fire, so you couldn't like tell the difference between the oil or lava and whatnot because like that's how hot the oil was, and he was like standing in there to save his entire family and his retainers and all that, because like by default by saving his retainers. He inadvertently is also saving his family because they're like the only powers that could protect his family. So he made a deal like, I know I'm gonna die today, but like if I stand in this oil for like an hour and save these guys for an hour, will you let them go? And like they came to an agreement like, yeah, we can let them go, but like it was just an excruciating hour. Even though that like that's an anime like. That shit was still like, like it was more gruesome in the anime too because like you kept seeing his like skin sizzle.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
That's what I was saying. As funny as I was laughing a little bit because I was like, his fucking legs are probably like chicken tenders.
Like, who is this again?
His name is Odin.
Odin.
Yeah. Oden.
Yeah, Kozuki Odin. For some reason, like this man hat that he wears always seems like he's wearing a pot on his head for some reason. I don't like his style. Always look like he's got a pot on his head. But yeah, Conjure is like he's a really good character. He's well written, but I gotta say like I don't like his character. I don't like his character because like he's just a dick. But like I said, I understand his character.
Yeah,
I gotta watch this.
I agree. Because it's just One Piece is so crazy, man. I really can't wait to just see the future. All the things. It's cool to see. The one thing that'll never change about Luffy's crew and the people that actually know him is the belief in him.
The belief that they have in him, yep. Because, it's just interesting that when Kaido's like, yeah, I already killed your captain. I tossed his ass at the bottom of the ocean, but hey, I could forgive all of you if y'all join my crew. And they were like, fuck no, we're not doing that stupid shit.
Exactly. I was just like, you think Luffy's dead? You know how many times Luffy's died, quote unquote? Fuck you. He's gonna beat your ass. Yeah, and that's gonna make that shit all the more sweeter.
They have this undying loyalty, or should I say like this fate, not undying loyalty, more like a fate in that captain. Even if even if sometimes he really can get shit done, but they just straight up believe in him that much. Cause that's why at the end of the chapter of last week's chapter, or should I say pretty much this chapter, where Kaido went on that long monologue of yeah, I should have killed you instead of tossing you off this Sky Island, because the idea that none of them are gonna see your body and your head ripped off your body, they're not gonna believe that you're actually dead. Actually, instead of tossing you off the island and having you sink at the bottom of the ocean, actually I just cut off your head and take it back to your crew so they should see that I actually killed you. And inadvertently, that's what's happening right now, because they didn't see his body. They pretty much yeah, fuck that, we don't believe you.
Exactly. So that's not gonna make them give up hope. So I can't wait to see what Luffy pulls out. I mean, every time he loses, he implements something. I don't know, is it gonna be Gear 5? I don't know.
No, he's gonna definitely come back stronger, but he's gonna learn his lesson from this ass whooping that he received, because, and I also like that he actually got beat up so bad like that, because you can't just because you somehow gain a power where Kaido has been using for years, and somehow you gain that specific power and you think you can pretty much defeat him now. Because if this was any other anime or manga, main character, they would have probably won that fight, because they somehow unlocked the power or unlocked similar power to the villain, and now they're somehow fighting on equal ground. Yeah, not in One Piece.
That's why I like One Piece.
Stupid power, you're not gonna be winning against somebody who's been fighting with that same ability for years.
Yeah,
Jose.
Seriously, that's one of the main reasons that drew me to One Piece, because I remember we tell Gamdo all the time, take Dragon Ball for instance, when you yell, you get more powerful, but when you yell in One Piece, you still get stomped.
You get your ass stomped. I don't care how angry you are in One Piece. If you don't have the power to compete, you're not gonna be winning any fights. You're gonna be getting trashed all the time. They will dunk on you yeah. Just because you're mad doesn't equip to you getting more powerful. Dragon Ball, yeah, that will work, but nah, not in One Piece.
But my anger makes me stronger.
No. In One Piece, your skills and ability makes you stronger.
Oh, damn. So you're just meaning to tell me I need actual technique, experience, and the will to fight in order to win my battles?
Yep.
Shit, man.
There goes my plan.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, wow.
But, I gotta watch it where he's getting bored.
No, I'll watch it later. I'm definitely gonna watch it because I want to just see how. I mean, it's gonna sound sadistic. I want to see how they animated his flesh getting burnt off. Because as you guys know, I've said it multiple times. I animate part time for right now until I graduate, and then I look at this shit daily.
I mean, it's one of those things where super every character in One Piece is superhuman right off the rip. Base, most of the characters are all superhumans compared to other animes where you just have regular people. But in One Piece, almost every character is already superhuman. But you have a tier of superhumans anyway. But most of the characters in that base form is all superhumans. They're not gonna be out here flying or anything of that sort, but they have an insane amount of durability and
seriously, take a look at Usopp and Nami. I was surprised how much they were able to tank
Right.
Those attacks they were taking. Because honestly,
like,
it looked like they were. I mean, they were on the brink of dying, but they took a lot of hits from like some
OT Allosaurus or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
And she's supposed to be like a dinosaur that is known to have like the highest, like the strongest skull out there compared to any other dinosaur, and she like hair butted these people like
multiple
times, and like they're not dead. Like this guy had his entire skull shattered, but somehow his head was still intact. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And Nami, she was just like, I can't take another one of those. I can't take another one of those, or else I'm gonna die. I was like, oh no, But you know what? I actually want to bring up too. This example from the chapter is why some characters on the Straw Hats, they need to get hockey, man. And I'm talking about Chopper versus Queen. It just sucks to see, like, it's cool to see Chopper get some little shine, but it's like, damn, bro, you're not doing shit, man.
Queen is just, like, enjoying getting tossed around by this guy. And keep in mind, like, Gamdo, like, this guy is pretty much, like, a big freaking monster. Like, he is, like a hulking monster the size of a giant. And he's fighting, like, a Brachiosaurus, another Brachiosaurus monster-looking dude. And he's just tossing him around like crazy, but because he doesn't have a specific technique where he can actually injure this guy, it's like he's not really doing anything to him.
Because he's just making offhanded remarks like, for someone who's supposed to be winning, you sure are panting a lot. I was just like, oh.
Because in essence, he's just wasting all his energy. Oh, no, she's a Pachyosaurus, not an Allosaurus. Allosaurus is Drake. She's a Pachyosaurus.
Okay, gotcha.
Like one of those dinosaurs that have like a hump on their head, where it look like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
She just have a really hard head. Because even the guy who's made of rubber had a comment on how hard her head was.
And because he had to put hockey on his head, didn't he? To like withstand that.
Exactly. So imagine like somebody who's not made out of a malleable freaking substance where like shit bounces off you, is getting head butted by this character, and literally these guys are still alive, but like they're just straight up just bleeding crazily from their head, like and they couldn't take one more hit from her, because if they take any more hits, their skull is just gonna shatter and they're just gonna die.
Their head's probably gonna be caved in.
I ain't gonna lie. There's one thing I remember about One Piece when I had like the shonen mangas from like back in the day, was that like the characters like blood loss was so significant, like in a way that it was a lot. Is what
that's one thing that happens in One Piece. People bleed a lot. They bleed a lot in One Piece. That's why I say like every character on the base level is just like. You know how, like, Naruto, like, they have shinobi and just regular people? Like, in Naruto, pretty much, in One Piece, like, I would just say everybody has like, base level at freaking, like, on a shinobi level. It's just, like, depends on what kind of technique they can use is all. But, like, it's pretty much where everybody's superhuman. So, like, being a superhuman, now you just... Being a different level of superhuman, you have to pretty much become a monster in a sense, because if everybody's special, then you just have to be more special to be special. If you get what I'm saying, right. So that's how how One Piece is. Everybody has like that superhuman factor to them on a base level. Because this is a world where they have a bunch of different kind of species: human, fishmen. Giants, dwarves, elves. No, they don't have fucking elves. What the fuck am I smoking?
Maybe they do. We just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, true. And they have like furry creatures called minks. They're like a hybrid human / animal kind of creatures that talks and walk on two legs. Like you have a lot of different races of creatures and species in One Piece.
And it's cool. The thing about One Piece is like they just deal with like social issues without being corny. Like basically the fishmen are like black people.
Pretty much. They just get discriminated against, and like they just hate it because of their appearance, and people just like don't know anything about. Even though they know stuff about them, they just like what they know about them is just stereotypical stuff. Where like somehow if a fishman touch you, you somehow turn into a fishman. That's some stupid shit right there.
Yeah.
And how fishmen are not like real people. They got fish brain, even though they can talk and communicate, just like the same characters.
Dang, that is like.
No, it really is
racism right there.
It's real racism.
There's
bro.
a lot of like straight up racism in there, and like to top it off, they even got slavery in there, and like this sell.
Oh my god!
Sell people, and they got a menu of like prices where people go for. Like, hold on, let me find like this slave menu list over here.
Yeah, because they literally there's this group called the Celestial Dragons. They're like these entitled. They're basically rich people, like entitled rich people that are pieces of shit. They like get child slaves and sex slaves and all types of other weird ass shit they do. And yeah, they're really fucked up.
Yeah, fucked up as shit. Like, okay, so they have us like on a list in one of the slave auction hall over here. Humans go for about 500,000. Dwarves go for 700,000. Minks go for 700,000. Long arm traps, it's like humans, but like their special traits is like their arms are long, 700,000. Long leg tribes, 700,000. Then you have snake neck tribes, like humans, but like their necks, their distinguished features is like they have long necks. 700,000. Fishmen, they go for 1,000. They go for 1 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because then you have giants over here. They go for 50 million, and sometimes 10,000 million. Then you have, let me see over here. Mermaids. Yeah, mermaids over here go for like 100 million. Sometimes even like 700 or 10 like sometimes even 10 million. Upward, like it's just crazy, man. Like then you have like obviously like people with special abilities like devil fruits and stuff. Those are special cases that go for fetch for other higher prices. But yeah,
in the world, manage to get someone to be a slave if they have devil fruit
because
they have a devil fruit inhibitor in One Piece called Sea Prison Stone, kind of like a kryptonite.
Damn, so they do some X-Men shit there. That's
pretty much.
You can inhibit a devil user where like they can't really use that ability anymore.
Yeah, if they got those cuffs on you or have something like piece of it in your body, you're just done. Like there's nothing you can do.
There's no way you're not getting out of it because it just kind of simulates the effect of being in the ocean, because where like anybody who's eating devil fruit in One Piece, they really can't swim anymore. So like they kind of simulate the energy of this of the ocean.
Yep.
You can do like minute like pretty much taxes and shit, but you really can't really just use your ability and stuff. Like you're not gonna be beating up anybody because like you're just pretty much weak. But yeah, the world of One Piece it mirrors a lot with our real world, but more in a fantasy sense, you know.
Yeah, right. Like I said, it's not corny. It's done in a way that's like not all in your face. Like it's done in a organic manner. Yeah,
organic and subtle manner. Yeah. Because like there's a lot of like things that you can infer from just like information that they build about the world, and they don't have to like shove it right in your face and tell you, hey, this person over here is like a terrible person. Like the character's action shows you like they are freaking terrible people. Like literally, like these guys who I call a celestial dragon, right? They literally wear a fish bowl on their head, like looking like a bunch of stupid astronaut because they don't want to breathe regular air as regular people.
Yep.
Damp.
Yep, that's how far up their asses they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they somehow believe that ancestors and they are the creators of the world, because since they've been little, somebody's been telling them that stupid crap over and over. So every time like that, the more generations goes down, they somehow keep believing they are actually the one who created the world. Fucking fools.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit, man. They really are.
And that's always interesting because like their characters are always drawn in a way where like it mirrors what's in the inside is mirrored on our characters' faces.
They're like ugly physically, and then they're ugly inside too.
Yep.
Like it's just wild. But yeah, we could go on fucking tangents all day about One Piece.
Yeah, for One Piece, man.
One
like
Piece
it's just
great,
a great story, bro.
I'm glad I got into it when I did, because shit, I got into it after I'm pretty sure like Naruto ended.
I mean, like this is like the best time to be a One Piece fan because like everything, like the culmination of everything that's been happening, like the payoff is finally happening now. Yeah. So yeah, it's just great right now, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say again, R.I.P. your Luffy, and R.I.P. Kanjuro, Kinemon, Kanjuro, and Kiku. You are dying left and right.
Oh, baby, Kiku can't die. I know she only got one arm,
bro. And she lost her arm. No, she's gone, bro. She's gone.
Oh man, don't say that, nigga. Don't say that.
She's gone, man. This chick lost an arm. She's fighting with one arm, and she got stabbed right through the chest. I don't know how she's surviving that, but nah, she's gone, bro. Can't save her.
Damn shame. She didn't need to die like that. She did need to die like that.
Not like that. I feel more sorry for Kinemon. This man got his freaking head bashed in. I mean, like his entire upper body is gone, bro. It's replaced by a big giant freaking mace. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If that guy survived that, that's gonna be a miracle.
Yeah, I don't think he survived that. There's no way. Fucking Kaido put Conqueror's Haki on that shit, dude. There's no way he survived that.
He just, like, the chapter literally end with this man getting his freaking entire upper body smashed by a mace, and you have his, like, adopted son / master over here saying, "No, kill him on!" And it just ended right there. Like, yeah.
I mean, we knew people were gonna die, but damn.
Yeah, it's just happening way too quickly. Like 3 people died in one chapter. Now that's some epic shit going on right there. Usually Oda dedicates like an entire chapter to a character's death, but he's like, nope, I'm killing 3 people in one chapter.
Fucking wild, man. One Piece is greatness, man.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't have anything else. If you guys have anything.
I've been watching a lot of movies, but nah, I'm just gonna recommend them to you later, and you can watch it and tell me what you think about it.
For sure. And Gamdo, what about you? Anything else?
Oh, that's pretty much it.
All right. Yeah, we just went on it. Oh, you say something?
I mean, that's about it. But I was just about to say, like, the director for Cyberpunk like quit, and now they got a new game director. I'm like, it's still putting
it's too little, too late.
It's too late now. Just quit while you guys are ahead.
Yeah, no one has faith in you anymore, bro. Sorry, you trashed your reputation. I don't care what you do. You could fire the whole entire company from top to bottom and get new people. No one still wouldn't care. Sorry.
All
it's
right.
just what it is.
Guess we can end on that note now.
All right, yeah, for sure. So you already know what it is. Kai Beam Podcast. Got Gamdo, Illusive, and of course your boy Kai Beam. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, all that fun shit. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we will catch you later. Peace.
Later.